3 games have been played so far. Equatorial Guinea, we watched them just play a thrilling game against Cote d'Ivoire. Great in the first half, not so great in the second. Cote d'Ivoire much better in that third quarter. Now it's all about Guinea taking on Cameroon. And these were the standings before the game, today's play. Of course, Cote d'Ivoire now have improved to 2-0, and Equatorial Guinea have dropped to 0-2. So will we see Cameroon go unbeaten just like Cote d'Ivoire and set up a battle of unbeatens tomorrow? Or might we see Guinea spring an upset? Well, Guinea almost beat, or certainly they threw a scare into Cote d'Ivoire yesterday before falling by just 8 points. So I think you would not want to write off their chances today. We'll see how they come out. If they come out strong, Cameroon now being introduced here at home. And Cameroon, you might remember, they got to the quarterfinals of the last Afrobasket back in 2017 before falling to Nigeria. So Kenneth Kaji, the last to come out, and nice to see them be accompanied by the youngsters. Big moment for them. And now we're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems.
Je vais vous demander de vous lever pour l'exécution des hymnes. Didier, on commence par la Guinée. On se retourne vers les drapeaux. Didier, la Guinée. Sous vos applaudissements, merci. Mesdames et messieurs, au Cameroun, l'hymne du Cameroun. Merci pour l'hymne du Cameroun, mesdames et messieurs.
Okay, the national anthems have been played, Cameroon and Guinea, and the teams now will meet at mid-court. Coaches as well. Referees for tonight's or today's game, Tonton Banza Kalume from Democratic Republic of Congo, Sofiane Si Youssef from Algeria, and Egypt's Amir Abulo. So we were about ready to rock and roll here. We had a great first game, and now I would expect the same here for the second. We're going to see a feisty, aggressive Cameroon defense, which has kind of been the hallmark of their teams over the years. Well, we saw them play yesterday, and they certainly did come out strong in that game, and winning it over Equatorial Guinea 90-58. And they really did just kind of put themselves on the way to victory from the very beginning. We'll see if they have the same type of start today. They outscored Equatorial Guinea yesterday 31-16 in the opening period, and then just blew the doors off the hinges in the second quarter, outscoring Equatorial Guinea 27-12. So they actually led 58-28 at halftime, and there was really no way back for Equatorial Guinea. But Equatorial Guinea looked a lot better today. Look at that, Belgium's win last night. On the left, they beat Lithuania. They're already getting a lot of fans down here in Yaoundé. Well done to them. Of course, could be the women's team as well, Belgium, qualifying for the Olympics. And got some fans, maybe they're family members of Gideon and Pitard, two players for Cameroon. So for Cameroon, Bogmis, Adalamoto, Pitard, Mbala, Kenneth Kaji in the starting five. And for Guinea, it'll be Ousmane Dramé. I'm really impressed by him, actually, watching him in Europe. William Sako, Salim Gassama among the starters. Michel Perrin, the head coach of Guinea, getting his players fired up. Well, what a big result for Guinea basketball if they could get a win over the home team today. But they're trying to beat a team that not only made it to the last Afrobasket, but got to the quarterfinals before exiting the competition against heavyweights Nigeria. So this is going to be a tall order for Guinea. Kadji will be jumping center for Cameroon on the left there. Played his college basketball for the Miami Hurricanes. Ousmane Dramé, meanwhile, also played college basketball in America. He'll be jumping for Guinea. Oh, good early evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching, folks. We are in Yaoundé, Cameroon. This is the FIBA Afrobasket 2021 qualifiers, and it's the game between Guinea and host Cameroon. Cameroon come into this on the back of a huge win over Equatorial Guinea, And Guinea, meanwhile, lost in their opening game, falling to Côte d'Ivoire. So Ousmane Dramé missing the first one. And now driving in and scoring immediately for Cameroon. And twisting and turning. That was Adalamoto scoring for Cameroon, sorry. And then Condé answering for Guinea. Pitard, number 7, passes it out and ends up with a three-point shot by Mbala, but he's off target. And Condé attacks the basket again. Call for a travel. Ousmane Dramé's hometown is actually listed as Boston, Massachusetts. Now picking up the basketball. Passing into the corner, tough catch. Now the pass outside again. And the three-pointer off target, but Dramé with the rebound. And Dramé follows up his miss and scores. So his first 2 points of the game. Jump shot bounces out of bounds. And driving in and almost scoring. Cameroon free throws coming. As Pitard. So Club Pitard will be looking down to make sure that he's okay. The foul was on Sacco. He goes over to check on his opponent. Make sure he's okay. First one is good. And Pitard makes the second. Sacco hands it off. And good defense from Kaji. Talk about the defense for Cameroon. And it gets some 3 points right there. It's all Kaji triggering that break. So that was Adalamoto. Jump shot off the back of the iron. Cameroon rebound it, bring it forward. Tough physical player is Pitard. Now Kaji leans into one, misses, but there for the offensive rebound. And put back for Cameroon, number 23, Mbala.
Faute du 5, Tramé de la Guinée, première faute, deuxième faute d'équipe. C'est réussi par le 23.
So Cameroon out to a 10-4 lead, and again, bossing proceedings here with their physicality, with their defense, getting right up in the face of Guinea. Sako got a strong body on himself. He's not going to take it, I don't think. And the defense forces the shot clock violation. Michel Perrine has to call a timeout. He probably knew this pressure was coming. It's one thing to know that it's coming. You still got to figure out how to cope with it. So timeout. Back to live action coming out of the timeout. And another three-pointer, this one by Kadji. And the pass was telegraphed. Here comes Kadji. And he goes up and finishes with the left hand. Looks like Kadji's kind of bulked up a bit. Now driving down and earning a trip to the free throw line as Gassama. Salim Gassama fouled as he attacked the basket. So Mbala picks up the foul. Talked about Ousmane Dramé also playing college basketball. He played at Quinnipiac. Salim Gassama, meanwhile, does a good job of reducing the arrears. Kadji again, didn't hesitate. And Dramé quick to get it up. Condé had the ball, ends up with Cameroon. Bounce pass to Pitard. The ball goes off the hands of Cameroon and out of bounds. So Pitard given that turnover. Coming in for Guinea, meanwhile, is Keita, number 9. So he comes in for Dramé. Here's Condé. Fumbles it away again. Pitard calls the play. Boy, he whipped that pass inside to Kaji. Dalamoto launches it. That's going to be off. And because it didn't hit anything, it'll be Guinea ball. Mansare brings it up. Cedric Mansari. Dribbles between his legs, puts it up from 3. And Mansari called for the foul. Cedric Mansari. They whip it around. Nijo, Songolo Nijo in the game now, number 5. Also Betcom, number 8 for Cameroon. That ball goes out of bounds. Back to Guinea now. Kaji fighting with Condi there for position, and Condi wins that battle. Driving in, denied. So that was William Sacco trying to get something going to the basket. Kaji couldn't quite hold on to the rebound. It goes out of bounds to the Guineans. And sweet jump shot for Guinea. Keita coming off the bench. And down low, and the foul. So that'll be on Mo Keita. Just hit the shot, now he commits the foul, and he puts Cameroon on the line. It'll be Aziz Kane. So 1 of 2, and then coming from behind, and I think it's on Mbala. So Dalamoto now comes out of the game, gets his first breather. Tom has come into the game for Cameroon. Sacco. Over to Keita again. A little bit too long. The long rebound comes to Keita. Couldn't hold on to it. Nadase also in the game now for Cameroon, number 13. Off the back of the iron, Nadase goes up, and Conde with the rebound. Over to Sacco. See if Sacco can sock it to him. Oh, nice pass, but then denied was Drame. And look, oh, looked like a step too many there, wasn't called, but Cameroon hold on to it. It's Gassama, rather, that got blocked at the rim for Guinea. Sako. Oh, nice pass to Conde. Conde takes it inside. Well, twisting and turning, able to put it up and in. One 3-1 zone here being played by Guinea against Cameroon. See if they can solve it. Kone puts it up and banks it in. I love watching Cameroon play because they are just so physical. They don't give you any space. Everything they make you do, it's in a rush. Conde seems to be getting to grips with it. 2 consecutive trips down the floor for him to score. But then Cameroon push it back quickly, and this time a little lackadaisical, and now to say not able to collect it. So Cameroon decide to talk things over here, set up the last 47 seconds with Coach Gilles Bouy.
Là, et quand ils sont joués, et on enchaîne dessus. C'est ce début-là qui manque d'abord. Un. Et puis maintenant, l'engagé, on joue ici. On ne peut pas jouer comme ça. Jouez là. Les arrières à la place, mais gardez vos appuis. Jouez là, vous n'êtes pas obligé d'aller en double appui. Jouez là, vous donnez dehors. Jouez là, vous donnez dehors et vous allez arriver au panier.
Hey, great.
C'est pas le temps.
Great. First thing, they want us to play half court. We gotta go full court defense. We're not good on half court. Let's go! Get stopped. Come on.
Let's go, man!
Come on.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see how Guinea approached this. Cameroon have just come out and really just used, played with a lot of intensity. They get after you. And they want to continue to get after him. So Guinea, you're going to have to get used to it, or they will be run out of the gym, just like Equatorial Guinea were yesterday. Sako passes it back to Keita. He's got a nice stroke. It's his second jump shot. Now Sako comes in, almost gets a steal. Hands up, and Keita this time knocks it out of bounds. So Cameroon all of a sudden not looking quite as comfortable when they've got the ball. Dalamoto comes back into the game, as does Pitard. Three-point attempt, good! How about that? A run stopper from Kome. Sako. In the final minute of the opening quarter. And Cameroon took a couple of shots to the midsection and then went down and hit a three-pointer. Kind of calmed the nerves. But here's Sako back at the free throw line. He only makes one of two. Let's see if Cameroon hold on to it for one. Pitard gets swatted, and just enough time to throw it up the floor. So, all in all, I think Guinea have to be happy with the way they finished that first quarter. Cameroon were on top of them, but Guinea come back and cut the deficit to 20-16. So Cameroon have the better of the exchanges, but Guinea still in it. They trail 20-16. Both teams with 5 makes inside the arc. Cameroon with 1 more 3. Neither team shooting it well. As you look at the highlights, Dauda Vincent Conde with 6 points, 3 rebounds to lead Guinea. 5 points apiece for Kenneth Kaji and Arnaud William Adalamoto. 4 points for Arnold Kome coming off the bench. Second quarter underway here in Yaoundé. Cameroon leading by 4, but Guinea starting to wake up. Well, that offensive rebound, almost a putback, but getting swatted. I think that was Keita that got the block. And now the ball goes off. Looked like Cameroon, but I guess referees have a better angle, so Cameroon will keep possession. Quick pass, and not able to get it. The rebound. Here comes Guinea. Pitard making life miserable for those guards. Right now it's Ibrahim Khalil Fofana. Oh, bounce pass though, or excuse me, back door, and then missed the layup. Fofana. Pitard gets it out to the corner. And floating in and scoring was Arnold Kome, who's really brought some scoring from the bench. 6 points for him. Keita, this time shooting under duress and missing. Now going up and again scoring down low, and Guinea wanting to get a timeout, but they don't get it. That was in Kene. And then Guinea, probably a good thing they didn't get the timeout because they went down and scored with Cheikh Sekou Konde. Little wraparound, and going up and getting fouled. Potential three-point play in Kene. Good team play there for Cameroon. So Cameroon, in fact, do get the timeout. Excuse me, Guinea get the timeout with Michel Perrin. Let's go down to the bench. Cameroon shooting 8 of 13 inside the arc, having much more success. How about Kome doing great? If he's not scoring, he's dishing. Pitard with 3 assists, and Nkane with 4 rebounds, and also some great defense by Cameroon. Well, Nkane does not make the free throw to complete the 3-point play. Now Drame, clearly a player of his skill level, can help out in a game like this. He just can't get it going. Nevertheless, there to follow it up was his teammate. That was Sheikh Sekou Konde with the putback. Foul. Nope. He stepped out of bounds. So Dalamoto had a chance for a 3. He stepped out of bounds, didn't make it anyway. Cedric Mansare. Doing a lot of dribbling there. I think that turnover was inevitable. You don't want to just dribble the ball around. You want to pass it. And inside they go, Cameroon. And credit the steal to Pitard. And look at the pressure. It was Kome with the layup. And again, the defense. Stifling, and it leads to a wide open layup by Kome, who just continues to pour in the points. Lead now 10. Look at the defense. And an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Guinea, on Sako. You can't dribble around with these guys. I mean, they're going to come out and they're going to double team you, or they're just going to come out in a man-to-man defense and just harass you. Look at that. And Sako, after he lost possession, he made the mistake by trying to hold on. And the referee was right on it, so it was 2 shots and possession for Pitard. Pitard makes 1 of 2 and takes the lead to his biggest of the game, 11 points. Three-point attempt. Well, it could have been worse. Only got 1 point after the unsportsmanlike foul. Conde back in the game, and he's fouled by Nkene. I like how Keita is really trying to give guys advice on where they need to be. Oh, look at the deny defense, forcing yet another turnover. Pitard. Back it goes to Adalamoto. He gets it to go. Cameroon starting to open it up. Sankon. Tough pass to the corner. Sacco. And everything is in a rush right now for Guinea. Sankon helps him up. I mean, you can only applaud it, and it's all about intensity on defense. That's the way Cameroon have always played the game. Offensively, well, sometimes they're left wanting, but defensively, this is what keeps them in games. And sometimes against lesser opponents, shall we say, they can just run them out of the gym with their defense. Adalamoto. Coach Bowie trying to find somebody that can come out and make a difference. And Sari's going to come out. Interesting, Keita comes out. 1-3-1 zone. An offensive foul called on Cameroon. Sankon looks like he's up for the fight, but boy, he's going to have to really battle here with his team trailing by 14 points in the second quarter. Nowhere to go, little jump, and what a nice finish. I tell you what, Sheikh Sekou Conde has been very good coming off the bench. He's got 8 points. In the corner. Offensive rebound for Nkene. And Sankon called for the foul. Cameroon would like to open up a huge lead by halftime. This is a three. And if they keep getting offensive rebounds, they will do just that. Excellent effort on the boards by number 5, Robert Songolo Hijo. Well, it doesn't get any easier with Kadji coming back into the lineup. And the first free throw is good. First points of the game. "25 years of age. Makes 1 of 2. Look at that. turning the ball over. I mean, that's how much pressure there is out here. It's almost as if they're not allowing him to breathe. Suffocating the defense. A 13-point lead. And the best way to deal with that is to get right back at them with your own defense, if you can. This time they forced the turnover. So now a chance in transition. Sacco drives in. Oh, what a finish that was. He really did sock it to him there. Sangolo into the corner. Three-pointer, good! So Bogmas hits the three-pointer and takes it back to a 14-point advantage. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Boy, excellent effort by Gassama. And he gets to the line. Years of age, takes the first free throw and gets a friendly roll. Intriguing player at 22, measures 1.95 meters, 1.95 meters in height, 6'5" in feet and inches. Go to the right corner, and this time, again, Bogmas from the other side of the court. He likes the corners, doesn't he? To call him Felix Cornerman Bogmas with those makes. Crowd really getting into it, enjoying the intensity. Cameroon imposing their will on Guinea. So Kaji with the rebound. Now here they come again. Bogmas from the left. This time it does not go. And fortunately for Guinea, Ansari able to get the rebound. Cheikh Sekou Konde couldn't finish there. He left his feet, took a difficult shot. Sangolo, entry pass. And Konde knocks it away. Asima, his pass, stolen. Sangolo pushes it quickly. Kaji from the left corner, air ball. Sangolo there for the rebound. And off the block, the ball goes out of bounds. Yeah, one way you can describe this in sporting parlance would be that Cameroon, as they always do, have come out and hit the opponent in the mouth. And that's just to say they have taken the gloves off and come after him. And now it's all about Guinea. Can they respond? Can they take it? Can they take it to a different level? They haven't so far. Bogmas. Kaji drives in. And that's Joseph Kaji, not Kenneth Kaji. Sar's attempt from the right. Hey, what? You got 24 seconds on the shot clock, but Cameroon very rarely need it. They usually put it up in about 5 to 8 seconds. .120 remaining in the first half. Cameroon up by 15. Mansare. Kaji. And throws it over his teammate's head, and now Sakon. Sakon gets it back out. Mansare. Keita. And then from the corner, the three-pointer. Gassima. Would you say that they were desperate for that would be the understatement of all time. They were desperate. Kaji drives in. Oh, tough bank shot. 43 points for Cameroon. They are piling it on right now. And sorry, holding him for the last shot. At least he's trying to. Well, he was called for the travel. Good defense yet again by Cameroon. He's definitely a point guard that likes to have the ball in his hands, but I just think it's not going to work against this Cameroon team. They're going to eat you alive. Sangolo almost. Good attempt. In fact, that was not Sangolo, excuse me. That was, yeah, it was Sangolo. So, Cameroon come out and do what Cameroon do. They get after you on defense, and it propels them to a 43-29 lead over Guinea at halftime. Cameroon really turning it up a notch. 11 of 18 inside the arc, 5 of 21 from deep, and 6 of 10 at the stripe. Now rebounding Guinea. Look at the assist, 10-2, and more importantly, the steals. 9 steals for Cameroon. Kome came off the bench, has 10 points. Adalamoto, 8, and Kenneth Kaji has 7. Now they come up with a lot of steals. How many points have they gotten off the turnovers of Guinea? They've got 18 points off those turnovers. So yet again, it's the defense that is making the difference for Cameroon. You know it's coming. The question is, can you cope with it? And really, Guinea have not been able to cope with that defense. So as you look at the highlights and the lowlights, it's halftime. It's Cameroon on top, 43-29 over Guinea. Well, as you look at the highlights and think about Cameroon, you know, oftentimes it's what can you bring off the bench that makes a difference. And, well, what they've been able to do, Arnold Kome came out, had 10 points, 5 for Nkene, and the important thing is that everybody's contributing, and especially on the defensive end for Cameroon. Even Kaji, who has the reputation as being a more offensive-minded player, really he's made his mark today defensively. He's played almost 11 points and has 7 points. Excuse me, 7. He's played almost 11 minutes and has 7 points and a couple of steals. And his brothers played almost 5 minutes, hasn't done quite as well. He's got 4 turnovers to his name. He's -3 efficiency, so maybe he can share some advice. Adalamoto, 8 points, 2 of 6 from three-point range. But in terms of like effort on the defensive end, Gideon Petard has 3 steals to go with his 3 points, also 4 assists. And that's what you love if you're a coach, as well as Nkene has 2 steals and 5 rebounds to go with his 5 points. For Guinea, Gassama with that late 3-pointer has 7 points. Sheikh Sekou Konde coming off the bench has 8 points. But when it comes to defensively, they've only got a couple of steals, 1 for Gassama and 1 for Keita. Mohamed Keita with 3 points. Daouda Vincent Konde with 6 points and William Sako with 3 points. Mansari has played almost 12 minutes and has yet to score. He's 0 for 4 and he's turned it over 4 times. He's -6, so he's really struggling against Cameroon today. So at halftime, is Cameroon on top 44-29 over Guinea. Cameroon on top here at halftime, 44-29 over Guinea. We are playing in Yaoundé in Cameroon, and their fans have been treated to a, well, quite an impressive first half by their team. That perhaps the best way you could describe it is Cameroon have imposed their will on Guinea with their defense. They've gotten after them, they've forced turnovers, they've scored off those turnovers, but also we've seen Cameroon come out and I think do a little bit better offensively than they normally do. But that might be because of the opposition. Guinea not playing quite as good a defense as, say, a Nigeria or a Tunisia would. But Cameroon, they'd love to take it to a different level at an Afrobasket. They made it to the quarterfinals back in 2017, but then they lost to Nigeria. They've not been an elite team in Africa, but they've been just in that next tier underneath the elite teams. And I think from a defensive standpoint, they've been an elite team over the years. But you've got to have the complete package. For Guinea, well, 44-29, can they overturn that? Of course they can. They got to get out and they've got to match the intensity. They got to match the physicality of Cameroon if they want to give themselves a chance. That's where it starts. You got to play defense and you got to rebound. If you play defense and you force some turnovers, you can go down and get some easy buckets. But that's easier said than done against a team like Cameroon.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, boys. Send energy. Let's go.
The man perhaps that could really step up, Ousmane Dramé for Guinea. Well, of course, he would be the player that I would highlight at the beginning of the game that's going to be potentially decisive for Guinea, but he has not been able to do anything today. Dramé just 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting, 3 rebounds. So welcome back, folks. If you just had a tea or a coffee break, or perhaps gotten a frosty cold one or some popcorn, now you're back in your seat. The second half is underway. And falling down is Guinea, and it was Gassama who just kind of lost, just kind of stumbled into the paint. That was really self-inflicted. Arnold Comey had to fix his attire there, number 15. He's been good off the bench, 10 points, Comey. Ousmane Dramé, what's his? Well, called a foul there. Yes, they did. They called the foul. Now driving in, great block by Keita. Mohamed Keita. Well, that's a impressive stop. Here's Keita down low and gets it to Dramé. Well, this is an impressive swat by Keita. Look at this. That is called wiping the backboard clean. And then he passed up the jumper to get it to Drame for the easy one. Gideon Pitard. And much better for Guinea. You've got to come out. They punch you in the mouth, you got to punch them back in the mouth. And the early signs are that's what they're doing. They're trying to up it on the defensive end. Backing his way up and scoring easy as you like it, Benoit Mbala. Sankon loses control, but they maintain possession. Kasama looking for space. He gets it. He drives in. And then he's fouled. I like it. I like the start by Guinea. Gassama, look at him. He was being held by Kome. Great block by Kaji. But already the foul had been committed. So Gassama at the line. And in case you were wondering what Guinea had done at the line today, before that shot they'd made 5 of 6, so they're now 6 of 7. And Gassama takes his time and makes both. So he's got 9 points, Gassama. And that's Mbemba Sankon with the foul in the backcourt. But again, I'm okay with that because clearly the message has gotten over that they've been pushed around in that first half, and they have to come back in this, have to come out in this second half and push back. Gideon Pitard brings it across midcourt. Sankon on him closely, like white on rice. Kome back to Bogmus, looking for space. Sako doesn't want to give him any. He's gonna have to rush one up. He does. And good defense yet again. Drame over to Sako for 3. Short, and the long rebound almost is going to him. Bogmus hustled, got out there. Sako almost committed the foul. Are they going to get it across midcourt in time? Yes, they did, barely. Pitard was alert to the issue, and then Kome is fouled as he gets in the paint. Well, Arnold Kome has really been good today. 11 points. Second one is good. Sankon dribbles, passes to the corner. Oh, good attempt all the way around from Guinea, but definitely the foul on Mbala. Keita picks up the foul, number 2 on him. Kaji backing up, short little jump hook. So he's got that quality that it's going to be hard to match, I think, for the team in white. Gideon Pitard picks up the foul. Well, that's 3 team fouls now. Guinea already have 4 team fouls. Keita for 3. Chase it down. Drame for 3. And they are going to get a timeout. There is another easy one. Nope, they somehow escaped giving up points that time. Guinea, 5. Keita puts it up, misses, and much better for Drame. That's where Coach Michel Perrin wants it, and I think Perrin did not want the timeout, so he called it off. Now Conde comes out, and he comes in for Keita. Now what you lose with Keita is you lose his athleticism, his energy, and you bring Conde, who brings a different set of problems potentially for the opponent with his size and strength inside. But what can't happen is Guinea can't lose their intensity on defense. They've got to retain that aspect if they want to be competitive against Cameroon. And that time, Conde, well, was left for dead. And fortunately for him, Kome missed the shot. Sangon drives in. Oh, look at the block. Kome off to Bogmus. Kaji short. Conde with the long rebound. Sangon had Gassama. Now to Conde. Looks to make the bounce pass. Conde gets in. Nice soft little jump hook. They don't want to trade baskets. They got to get some stops. So they need to get another stop here against Cameroon. Pitard. Gets it back. Pitard. Like it was on line, just a little short. Good hustle by Mbala to get it for Cameroon, though. That can't happen for Guinea. Drame. Oh. Boy, he just ate Drame up. And you're talking about a player whose strength has been his defense in his career. And he's fortunate not to get an unsportsmanlike there. Well, they're going to look at it. I think they're going to call that unsportsmanlike. Boy, Mbala, his intensity is something else, isn't it? Okay, so they have not called it unsportsmanlike, so I think that's a reprieve for Guinea. Mbala takes his time, puts it up and in. He is just a dynamite player, Mbala. Real workhorse. A little bit undersized for the position he plays, but man, he gets in there and battles with everybody. Obviously, he's very strong. Only makes 1 of 2 at the line. And now foul called on Adalamoto, who is equally aggressive. I think Adalamoto and Mbala could play for any team. Oh, tough pass, and Kaji knew it was coming. And the three-pointer, boy, that is a killer turnover right there. Dalamoto strikes from downtown and stretches the lead to 17 points, 5.5 minutes rather into the quarter. And just like in the first half, the defense now for Cameroon picking up and putting them in the ascendancy. Again, it's the second straight time not able to throw the ball over Kaji's head. Kaji takes it down to Dalamoto. Oh, rattles out, but Kaji there for the offensive rebound. Conde gets it back. He needs to get rid of it. He does to Mansare. And then Conde gets it back. The pass from Sheikh Sekou Conde. So free throws for Conde. So that foul on Betcom. Meanwhile, Keita comes back into the game. Conde makes one of two. So 16 points, the advantage for Cameroon. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. Betcom bumped. So he'll get free throws. Bumped by Fofana. Betcom makes the first. And the second. And Pitard called for the foul. Well, I heard that slap over here. Oh, not even close. Why does Gideon Pitard complain about that? He raked him on the arm in plain sight. And also I heard it. Important free throws by Sacco as Guinea try to stay within striking distance. Only one of two. Robert Sangolo, nice little floater. Sangolo played well in the first half, and here he is again. And Mbala just causing all sorts of problems out there, harassing Keita. Remember, 3 of the 4 teams in each of the 5 Afrobasket qualifying groups will qualify for the Afrobasket. So more and more it's looking like the Equatorial Guinea game will be pivotal. Although that said, they also have to play in November. But they'll play again. Mansare under pressure. But it just looks like they're not going to have enough to compete against this Cameroon team. They've got to make their move now. Keita from deep. Mbala with another rebound. Mbala. And another basket. Powering his way up is Nkene. Keita, and not good enough, goes out of bounds. Ross comes back into the game. Traveling. Jake Conde not quite as good in the second half as he was in the first. And Robert Songolo has it knocked out of his hands. Then Mansare turns it right back over, and it leads to a dunk from Nkene. Well, Mansare's had a nightmare today. Taco misses from three-point range. And another foul and another attempt. One-way traffic right now, folks. Second one is good. Cameroon on cruise control up 63-39. Conde goes behind his back, it's stolen, and it leads to another dunk for Cameroon and Adalamoto. Ball inbounded. Conde to the other Conde. And Conde, tough pass. And do not get his shot off before the shot clock expires. He's trying to get it to Fofana. Quickly down the court. The dump, and Nkene gets it to go. And Cameroon right now are putting a hurting on Guinea. That basket stretches the lead to 67-39 with 10 minutes remaining. Cameroon with a stranglehold on proceedings. They lead at 67-39 over Guinea. Well, just sheer domination. More makes inside the arc, but the defensive stats probably the most important, the most telling, and the rebounding. Guinea have turned it over 20 times, and of course that's because of the pressure that they're facing. And off those turnovers, Cameroon have scored 27 points. And another interesting stat, again, is the amount of production that Cameroon are getting from their bench. They've got 30 of their 67 points from the bench, just 11 points from the bench for Guinea. Kenneth Kadji, we talk about his offense, but you know what? It's his defense that's really made a difference today. He's got 4 steals, which is a team high. And even though we've seen Benoit Mbala score, he's got 8 rebounds. Anyway, folks, FIBA Afrobasket 2021 qualifiers coming up in November 26th to November 30th, so put that on your calendar. Of course, we've got another day of Afrobasket qualifiers tomorrow as well. So the ball inbounded, and Betcom has it. Gets it off to Adalamoto. Adalamoto with 13 points. Got that Joseph Kadji, the younger brother of Kenneth Kadji, in the game as well. And meanwhile, Betcom drives in and scores and just takes the lead even further ahead to 30 points. Now another turnover. And the miss, but nobody hustles back for Guinea, and I'm pretty sure that's what their coach is going to talk about right now. He's going to take issue with the lack of hustle on that play.
La balle en rythme, on joue tous en marchant. Donc en marchant, quand les équipes qui courent, c'est compliqué. Demain, ça va courir pareil. Jouez en courant. Allez, j'ai dit allez, les gars, allez, jusqu'au bout. Allez, je passe vite, moi, j'ai dit.
Well, I think everybody would have probably circled the Sunday game between Côte d'Ivoire and Cameroon as the big game, but on what I've seen calling both games today, I can't see Cote d'Ivoire winning against this Cameroon. It'll be interesting to see. But they just play at a different level of intensity for 40 minutes. Cote d'Ivoire can play that way, but sometimes it takes them a while to get going. Cameroon, when they run onto the court, they're playing hard immediately. Sang Hong launches it from deep, hits a three. So that's his first 3 points of the game. 3-point attempt right at the other end for Cameroon. That was Naras. And now down low, Ousmane Dramé battling away. With Ousmane Dramé today, just 8 points, 7 rebounds. They need more from him than that. Mbala coming back into the game. Not a good look if you're a fan of Guinea. Dramé makes the pass from the corner. Good. Oh, back-to-back three-pointers for Guinea. And the ball goes out of bounds off Naras and goes over to Guinea. Actually, no, that should be, yeah, that's Cameroon ball. It was hit out by Guinea. Open. Mbala is just breathtakingly good today, folks. He doesn't force anything, but if it's there, he'll take it. Good penetration by Sankon. And then Condé gets into the lane and hits the short jumper. Three-point attempt by Naras. Now Dramé rebounds and runs. Oh, nice play. But Condé did not shoot. I don't know if he was trying to get it back. He might have been trying to get it. Yeah, he was trying to get it back to his teammate. Look at that. Pitard, what hustle, comes up with a steal. Up to Naras, who misses. But there for the follow was Japhet Joseph Kaji. So Michel Perrin has seen enough. He wants to get another timeout. Well, there have been not just FIBA Afrobasket 2021 qualifiers. There have been qualifiers played in the Americas. There have been qualifiers played in Asia, and there have been qualifiers played in Europe. And as you look at the game leaders, I'll go over some of the big, really the big results. I mean, Palestine played fantastic at Kazakhstan yesterday, but Kazakhstan won right at the buzzer. Europe, you see Adolamoto with those 15 points leading Cameroon. Europe is probably where most of the big upsets have actually taken place. It's Slovenia also falling in their first game. The defending champions of Europe at Hungary, 77-75. And Condé forces his way in and banks it in over Naras. Good play by him. World champion Spain won at Romania by 13 points. Serbia were big winners at Finland. Israel won a big game in front of 11,000 people at Poland. Here's Mbala. Of course, some of these players are from France that we're watching today. France lost to Germany last night. And Con dumps it down low, and Drame gets an easy one. Back to a 23-point deficit. They'd like to make it as respectable as possible. So some substitutions here. Some other interesting results. Venezuela won at Argentina. Argentina were in the final of the World Cup. Netherlands won at Turkey, 72-65. That was an upset. Bosnia-Herzegovina came back and won at Latvia yesterday. Czech Republic held on to beat a good Denmark team. Belgium really walloped Lithuania last night. So some really, really interesting results in the qualifiers all over the place. Also, New Zealand won at Australia. So that was a big result. So another foul, 5.5 minutes remaining. Guinea trying to pull off something spectacular here, trying to come back and win it. Let's see, their biggest deficit in this game was 32 points. And right now they've cut it back to 23, but they just telegraphed the pass. Conde, and Mbala goes down and dunks it emphatically. Just a terrible pass. And Sancon now turns it over. And another dunk from the runway. It is Bogmus. Oh no, excuse me, it was the Dalamoto. Look at this. See what the crowd likes. So they actually called a foul there on Young Frank. Fouled Mohamed Keita, so that did not count. And also, Dalamoto complained about it, so he was hit with a technical. And that's why we just saw Ousmane Drame attempt a free throw, which he missed. They leave Keita for a minute. He took off and then wasn't able to complete it. What happened here? Oh, it's just called a miss, and the ball went out of bounds for Cameroon. Gideon Titard. Wide open. Oh, Bogmus missed. Fofana having a tough time out there. Salim Gassama comes back into the contest. Wide open, Mbala again. You might want to save some of those for tomorrow. They'll come in handy against Cote d'Ivoire. Gassama makes a nice pass to Sako. Drame spins. Met by the double team, and Guinea do not get a shot off. Petard. Is he going to take it all the way? No, he's going to turn it over. And now Sako gets ahead on the break. And he gets rejected. Mbala not having any of it. Looked like he might for a minute there just let him take it. But Mbala is not that type of player. He gives nothing away. Now the turnover. Bogmas goes behind his back. Adalamoto, good! Why not? The crowd loves it. Cameroon romping to a second consecutive victory here in the FIBA Afrobasket qualifiers. And this time, nobody there to pick up Gassama. Bogmas drives in, lays it up and in. Well, if they keep scoring at this rate, they might get to 100. Well, it's been a long afternoon for this team. I mean, there was a stretch early in the second half when it looked like Guinea were matching Cameroon for a few minutes, but it just could not cope again with the brute strength of Cameroon, the physicality, the tenacity, the aggressiveness. And you have to be able to. If you can't match them in that department, you're not going to beat them. There they are again. Mbala hands it off and gets it back. Are you kidding me? An exclamation mark on a dominating display for Cameroon. Wow. And now St. Kong goes down and misses the layup. Mbala with a ferocious alley-oop slam really got the crowd excited. Step back, Bogmas, good. 88 points for Cameroon. They're enjoying themselves now. Keita for three. And they get the putback, but boy, people are going to have something to talk about now. Did you see Mbala go up and get that ball with two hands and throw it down? Cameroon. Well, I doubt they'll get to 100, but boy, they have finished strong, haven't they? They've turned this into their own little all-star festivity. Bogmas misses. Now, Fofana. And Keita goes up, collides with Bogmas, who's going to be helped up. Great hustle. Bogmas plays with FAP basketball here in Cameroon. Gaji back in the game. He wants some of this. And there for an easy one. Catching it and scoring. That was Frank. That's him, a intriguing player, but Keita goes off 1 foot. Offensive rebound. Sankon short. 24.5 seconds left. Frank and Cameroon, they just put in the effort, don't they? It's kind of like you get the feeling that the philosophy in this country is, right, you've just played a hard game. After this game, we're going to run some suicide sprints because we need to be tough. We need to be tougher than the other team. Condé backs his way in, throws it off the glass and in. I think Pitard is just going to call off the dogs. And a great win for Cameroon. They just dominated. Deserved applause for Cameroon with 2 wins. I think it's fair to say they are marching towards a spot in the FIBA Afrobasket. 2 wins in as many days. Next up for them, a clash with Cote d'Ivoire, perhaps a closer game. But Cote d'Ivoire know they're going to have a real battle on their hands against the home team. Cameroon win it, 90-59 over Guinea. So Cameroon just didn't shoot it particularly well from 3-point range, but they didn't need to. They just dominated, especially on the defensive end. 17 steals. Look at that. 17. It's incredible to think they were actually out-rebounded. At 19 assists. Dalamoto 18, Mbala 13, Kome 12. But they also had Kenneth Kaji, who did a great job defensively. And now Cameroon meets at midcourt. And they'll have a little jig as they get fired up to run back to the locker rooms. Definitely, this is a team where it is supremely focused, and you can see it from the opening whistle. They come out and they get after you. They come at you in waves. And you have to know how to cope with that pressure. You have to be just maybe not quite as physical, but you have to be able to match it and cope with it. Again, you just weren't able to cope with it today. Well, that was a nice twisting airborne layup, one of many great shots by Cameroon today. They really did exceed themselves on the defensive end. They usually do well defensively, but today they just left no doubt. And what impresses me is how they just do not stop for 40 minutes. For them, if the game is live, they're playing defense. So 4 steals apiece for Kaji and Gideon Pitard. 2 steals apiece for Nkane and Songolo. And also a steal for Bogmus and Frank. Mbala had 1 steal. Betcom had a steal. Dalamoto had a steal. And Bogmus curiously led the team in blocks today with 2. So again, it was 18 points for Dalamoto, 13 for Benoit Mbala, 12 for Arnold Kome, 11 for Felix Bogmus, 11 for Aziz Nkane, and Kenneth Kaji had 9 points and 4 steals. So contributors all across the board. Michel Perrin, his Guinea team had 12 points from Sheikh Sekou Condé, 10 from Ousmane Dramé. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. 90-59, Cameroon win it over Guinea.